The Avs never trailed in this hockey game, so why don't I feel better about it? Avs win over the Minnesota Wild 4-3 in the shootout.
Alex Newhook!
Oh boy.
Whoa!
Look, at the end of the day, the Avs got the win in this hockey game, and you have to be happy with that. But it feels like it wouldn't have taken that much more effort to get this one in regulation and take care of business without the actual heart attack that was the ending of this game. Certainly, I think you expect more out of the Avs in the last two periods. The first period, on the other hand, was absolutely excellent. The Avs dominated the first period, start to finish, looked like the better team, and Minnesota is no pushover by any means, likely the second best team currently in the Central. The Avs outshot Minnesota 16-8 in the period, doubling them up, and that doesn't include the two posts they hit in the period. They could have entirely run away with this hockey game in the first, but they have to settle for two posts and two goals, mostly coming off of special teams. Avs on the 5-on-3 here. McKinnon is going to wind up for the one-timer. I don't think this gets deflected. It's possible it does in front, but I don't understand how this bounce would have happened. So I'm assuming McKinnon misses wide, and it's going to take a favorable bounce in behind the net. He gets Kähkönen moving across the net with this miss, and when it comes out on the other side, Kähkönen isn't able to read the bounce, and Mikko is sitting right there on the far side to chip this one in off of Kähkönen. Right as the second part of the power play is expiring, the Avs try the cross-ice pass that doesn't quite connect with Girard as it just gets off of his stick, but Girard is able to circle along the half wall and find enough room to find Newhook in the middle of the ice, who's loaded up for a one-timer. Newhook puts on a significantly better shot than Nathan MacKinnon does, not only finding the net, but targeting it perfectly just over the glove side pad and slipping it right between the glove and the pad on Kähkönen. That's a great shot from Newhook. The Avs play well in the first and get rewarded for it. You really have nothing to complain about from that period. And then you get into the second period, where the Avs immediately pay the price for a mistake. It's a pretty basic 2-on-2 for Minnesota through the neutral zone here, but it looks like maybe there's a bit of confusion between Jack Johnson and Girard, as Johnson is clearly playing the puck carrier, but Girard also seems to step up and wants to play the puck as well. This makes him lose Fiala up the boards a little bit here, so when the pass gets through Girard, he's now already falling behind the play, and is just going to get beat clean to the net by Fiala. He can't reach in and find the play. Does get a piece of the puck, but doesn't knock it off, and Fiala has a clean lane from there. He pulls it to the backhand nicely and beats Kemper up high. You just need better than that from Sam Girard defensively. I think that much is pretty simple, and it takes this game from one the Avs are in control of to a one-goal game with the entire second period still to go. Completely changes the shape of things. I don't think the Avs played particularly well in the second period, but I don't think they played terrible either. It felt like a pretty darn good period of hockey with both teams going up and down the ice, back and forth. It was fun to watch, but it wasn't the best. Alright, let's talk about Jordan Greenway. The overhead angle, I think, shows it best. Greenway is coming in towards the net. He does take a stick to the side here, but this is in fact pushing him away from the crease, if anything. And he continues through on his line. Not just that, but he actually steps into the crease and then ends up clipping Darcy Kemper. Haven't quite gotten there yet, but I still am not going to say this was 100% intentional, but it very clearly is not just a goalie interference, but an extremely dangerous play as it catches Kemper in the head. Here's where I stand on this one. Did Greenway do it intentionally? I don't think so. He maybe was trying to make contact with Kemper. I don't think he was trying to take his head off. But the point I would make here is if Greenway did that to a skater away from the puck, catches him in the head on the blind side, that's absolutely a suspension-worthy hit. I have zero problems with McDermott's response and beating up Greenway. I thought that's basically what they have McDermott to do, so great on that end. A little bit disappointed that somehow they come out of this in a 5-on-5 situation, matching him up with the instigator, and McDermott even getting the 10-minute misconduct. The fact that Jordan Greenway gets to continue in this hockey game, despite the Avs having to remove Darcy Kemper from the game, it just doesn't seem fair. And now the Avs are staring down the barrel of potentially missing Darcy Kemper for more time while Greenway continues to play. I don't know, I guess growing up it was always rule 1 that you're just not allowed to run into goalies. Anyway, Avs are up by 1 after the second period. Feels like a bit of a missed opportunity where the Avs could have ran away with this game but simply didn't. Funny thing about letting actual good teams hang around, they usually make you pay for it. Minnesota ties it up about 7 minutes into the third. Initially, Erik Johnson makes a great poke check to stop what could have been a 2-on-1, but he ends up losing the puck battle, and the Avs are completely discombobulated defensively and do not cover anything well, in part due to someone making a terrible change on the back end of this play. You can see the Avs only have 4 on the ice. At the end, you'll see McKinnon rushing into the play, but it's extremely late and ineffective, as the Avs are still making poor defensive issues here. They've committed all 4 players extremely deep into the zone, covering, at best, 2 of the Minnesota's 5 skaters effectively. A bit of a mistake from Minnesota actually pays off in their benefit as they overskate a puck here. It's able to allow Zuccarello to step into the middle of the ice and get a grade A opportunity because, again, the Avs just not covering well defensively at all here. 2 players committing to the puck, 2 players committing to the one guy in front. 4 players covering 2. It's never a good look. A nice little pass off to Kaprizov as they get the Avs to overcommit to the puck again, and Kaprizov with a nice finish past Frankie. Minnesota really continued to pour it on throughout the third period, outshooting the Avs 16-11 in the period, and would ultimately outshoot the Avs in this game. It's not that the Avs weren't giving them anything back, it's just you're used to seeing the Avs in the driver's seat when it comes to possession, and for the majority of this game, they really weren't. Thankfully, Frankie came in for Kemper after the Greenway incident and played very, very well. I have 0 problems with how this shook out. Francouz is a big reason why the Avs won this hockey game. And now we have more stuff to review. The Avs do manage to score the go-ahead goal late in the third period. Let's take a look at it. McKinnon's skating is going to be able to create a 3-on-2 for Colorado going up the far boards with the 3-headed monster, and this is a beautiful play. McKinnon gets the zone, drops it to Mikko, Mikko hits Landy back across to McKinnon. They just completely work the Minnesota defense. Minnesota gets caught just a little bit too high with Mikko carrying the puck, giving Landy the opportunity to hit McKinnon. And then McKinnon does not put a very good shot on this, but we're going to have to look at the overhead to confirm. So here's the puck sliding across to McKinnon. McKinnon is going to fire it back. Pretty poor shot. If he lifts it, if he puts it into the side of the net, it just goes in. He doesn't do that, though. He fires it back into the pad of Kakkonen. You can see it enter the pad right around the toe area. Right there. It's now under his toe somewhere. And then as the play develops, they do not blow the whistle. Kakkonen is sitting in front of his net. He doesn't really take any contact from anyone except for his own teammate's stick, possibly. And you can see already his skate has been pushed into the goal, and this continues forward until the puck would have to be all the way up by his thigh or into his groin area for this not to have crossed the goal line. So from a logic standpoint, this is very clearly a puck that has completely crossed the line. Not going to lie to you, I had 0 faith that the NHL was going to get this call correct. I think it was very clear, and everybody knew that the puck was fully across the line, but we've seen them get these calls wrong in the past before. Thankfully, for once, I actually get to praise the NHL for getting a call correct here, and the Avs do get the 3-2 lead for about 40 seconds. The Avs are actually able to win a face-off here, and Landy comes away with the puck. Given the game situation, this has got to get out of the zone. Full stop. Just be safe about it. Instead, Landy fires a perfect pass to Matt Zuccarello at the blue line, and the Wild are able to keep a puck in the zone instead of the Avs being safe for the moment. Zook just throws it towards the net. It actually bounces off of Taves' stick and up into the air. This is just the way the Avs defend the play. They try to take the puck away from the front of the net. When the puck gets by him, stuff like this happens, and all of a sudden Kaprizov is the only one with access to the puck in front of Frankie, and he's able to beat Frankie. No real chance for Frankie off of a deflection there. I think this is the goal that you should really be worried about. Yes, it's a bit of bad luck for Colorado, but these are the types of goals that lead to losing games. These are the ones that we've seen. Take Game 7 against Dallas a couple of years ago, where the Avs get that late go-ahead lead and they can't hold on to it and everything falls apart. That is what a goal like this feels like. So, while the Avs do pull this out, I think that is an extreme concern that they couldn't do it in regulation. With that being said, the Avs didn't collapse here. They managed to get it through regulation and into overtime, and for another game, we saw the Avs play quality overtime hockey. Patient and relatively intelligent. Both teams had quality chances, and I wouldn't want to go here again, just win the game in regulation, but it got the job done. The Avs go to the shootout. Pavel Francouz is apparently the shootout wizard. He manages to stop all 3 attempts from Minnesota, and it takes 1 goal from Mikko Rantanen to win the game. Basically no description to this Mikko Rantanen shootout goal. He walks in, he tries 1 leg kick that Kähkönen doesn't bite on, and then he just shoots the puck 5-hole, and it goes in. So, neat. So the Avs have now gone from a stretch of scoring 7 goals a night, which we knew wasn't sustainable, to winning games in shootouts and overtimes that I believe is probably even less sustainable in the long run. They gotta start figuring out how to win games a little bit more securely, but on the other hand of that coin, they're beating good hockey teams. They are winning games that a lot of teams would struggle to win. So, while I think it could be a lot better, you also have to be really happy with the Avs finding ways to win. That is the end of this game video review. Thank you for watching. Head on over to thednvr.com for all of our coverage. I am Rudo, and I really am sure that I've lost years of my life thanks to this hockey team.
Avalanche time, come on, grab your friends. We're going to the playoffs again with Nate the dog and Gabe the big. The fun isn't over yet, it is Avalanche time.